Hey guys, the Wolf here. Wanted to reach out to you today with my post-it note of the day video. Hang on a second, I'm gonna grab one. See all of those over there? Let's pick one out and see what we want to talk about. Let's see. What do we got here? Ooh, here's one. I think I'm liking this one. Skill versus talent. The one thing. Why did you start? And do you want to start a company or create a movement? Good thoughts here. And again, these post-its come, basically I'll keep a post-it notebook in my car and an idea comes from a podcast I've listened to or something that I'm really thinking about that day, and I jot down a note of it. And that's really what it is. I can't remember who it was talking about it, but they were talking about the idea of what's a skill, what is your skill versus what is your talent. And I believe when I'm thinking about that is a talent is something you're kind of born with, that you're very naturally gifted at. And I think that the more you focus on it, obviously the better you are. Michael Jordan, we all know that he was not, I think he actually got kicked off the senior high basketball team, but then he went to work and worked his tail off and developed the skill of playing basketball. But however, even though he was kicked off the team and wasn't good at that point in time, I still believe if we look at the life of Michael Jordan, that he had the talent of basketball. He just had to refine it and keep working and working to move to the level at which he was good enough to actually continue into the world of the NBA and to college. So what's the difference between skill and talent? Skill is something that you can learn. If I want to be better at marketing, social media marketing, to build my business or to help maybe create a company that helps other people build their businesses, I can go out and learn that skill, right? I can dig into Facebook, I can look at the algorithms and the shares and the likes, and I can figure out the metrics. And I can figure that out in which I can go and take someone's information, post it on the media channels or Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and I can figure those things out. I can go take training courses. I can talk to people who are good in that space and learn and learn and learn until I reach a skill level that's almost a mastery level, right? I think you've heard of the 10,000 hour rule, which I won't say is inaccurate, but I believe that with focused effort over a shorter period of time, more time, energy, and effort, you can actually hit that mark of mastery well before 10,000 hours. So don't be miffed and said, oh, I don't have 10,000 hours to do this. That's irrelevant. But you can develop a skill. Leadership is a skill. Management is a skill. Learning how to write better is a skill. Becoming a better public speaker is a skill because it's something that you can learn. Spend time and effort in this category, practicing, making videos of your own, talking about topics that you're passionate about, and learning how to be more confident in front of people, whether it be one person or a group of 100. It does not matter, but you can develop these skills. One thing. What is the one thing that if you focused on that one thing, it would make an impact on everything else in that whole category? I'll give you an example when it comes to hiring new employees. Back when I was in the restaurant business and I had to hire a lot of employees on a regular basis, I came down to the point of what was the one thing I could focus on about these employees as I talked to them, as I interviewed them, as I assessed the fact, would they be a good fit into our culture, into our restaurant? And what I came down to was the very simple fact of character and personality. So I would start to ask them off the cuff questions. What's your favorite color? What do you do for fun when you're not at work or not working or not at home with the family? And these questions began to bring out more personal side of these people. I'd ask them more character-based questions. Well, okay, if you went home and you had, $50 in your pocket that you didn't realize was part of your cash money for the night, would you bring it back in, even though you were short on your shift and they just wrote you up for it and just keep the $50? Or would you actually bring the $50 back in? What are those character issues? And actually, I didn't even give them the multiple choice answers. I just asked the question and wanted to see how they'd respond. This brings out those character and integrity questions. So those were my one thing. The personal side, the character side. How could I ask the right questions that would affect everything else? There's also been a book written by that. I believe it was the guy, actually it's on my shelf here. Let's see, where's it at? The One Thing by Keller and Papasan. Keller and Papasan, The One Thing. And he goes into more details about it. But I heard that or something related to it on a podcast, so I had to think about it. And then the last one I'll cover here is, why did you start? Why did you start doing anything you're doing? Maybe it's the career you chose. Maybe it's the goals you set for this year. Why did you choose those goals, and why did you start trying to achieve them? Always bringing it back to the why, because the why is really the heart piece. The why is the piece of what brings your heart to the situation, that makes you passionate and really purposeful in what you're doing. Because when you remember that piece of it, you're going to stop, you're going to evaluate, you're going to take time to be aware of what's going on, and you're going to put more into it and therefore be more effective over the long haul. Again, the one thing I've learned about life is it's not a race, it's not a sprint. Life is a marathon. And we have to stop looking at these, we got to get it today, we got to work on it today, we got to reach that goal now. No, set a plan, work the plan, and if you put the plan on a time scale in the next 3, 6, 9 months, 12 months, and that you know strategically you'll reach that goal in that time frame, work the plan, work the plan, work the plan. And always remember, why am I doing it and why did I start it? That's it for today. The Wolf Speaks. If you like this video, like it, share it with someone you might know that might could use a couple of these ideas about skill versus talent, about the one thing, and about remembering, why did you start whatever it is you're doing? Your goal, your career, your family, what is it? Remember what that passion and what came to your heart, and how to bring your heart back to that situation. The Wolf Speaks. You guys be good.